Hi guys, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. So this is episode number 2 of the two-part series that I decided to do on how has classism affected Jamaicans with potential. It's a bit lengthy, but I hope that the message does resonate with you and that you take something away from this video. So I hope you enjoy, and thank you so much for all the support so far. So let's begin. Amen. On the topic of scholarships, right? Tanina raised a point that that the government does try to implement plans like we have the PATH program, we have the HARD program, and I hope you're hearing memories because a lot of these points came from you from Carib Studies class, and he always stresses the point that we often say that government not do nothing. Well, indeed, and we want to be what's the word? Impartial. So we have to raise the good that's being done, and we highlight stuff like that as well. We're not bashing nobody, we're just talking, right? What else do you think can be done? We have heart, we have path, in some communities you have training center, maybe a church in them unknowns, housekeeping of a community center, this of course, data entry, so on so. What more do you think can be done for us to try to kind of bridge the gap, to give more opportunities to people who, and let me say, people who don't have it? The inner city youth, them and them people there. What can we do?
Raising that point, I think that, you might know about those opportunities, but I think something that should be done is that it isn't advertised as widely. A lot of these things, when they just come up, it's like certain people know about it, and it's not. The people who really need it normally are the last to hear, and that's the problem. It's not really much of I don't think, improvement can always be made, but in terms of opportunities out there in Jamaica, it's normally the people who need it the most that hear the last about it. So that communication, they need to really work on their PR skills because, and I think
just now.
Right, but I think Hart was actually doing a really good job because even one summer, I was so shocked. They just called me and I was just like, where do these people have my number from? They called me and they were just telling me about their summer programs and stuff, and that was something I really appreciated because I'm just like, somebody could be at home right now saying, what can I do, where can I go, and just for the fact that they were trying to just call random people and ask them, that was astonishing for me.
For many years I didn't know that heart was a government thing and that there was a school fee.
I thought it was private.
I didn't know you pay a look something for admission, but I don't know no big amount and then some places give a stipend lunch money and I never know that.
I think the government, as you said, they are trying. It's one thing to build up somebody financially, but in regards to building self-esteem, which is important for your mental health, they are doing that because in a lot of communities you have outreach programs where they teach you to love yourself, to accept yourself, to elevate yourself, to really build that intrinsic motivation so you can achieve certain things and build a nation. So I really think the government is trying, and there's always room for improvement. But let's just give them a pat on the shoulder.
Never try,
man.
I think that we as a people, we have to try too.
I agree.
Don't just always
definitely. If the government is here trying to give scholarships and so forth, and we're just going to, if for instance, me and Romy come from the veranda, and Romy get the scholarship, me not supposed to say, I'm a play, him get up, left the veranda, and then him go come back on the veranda and him go like him a big team, a big shot. I feel like we should try to elevate each other and be happy for someone that has elevated themselves. And I feel like that's where a lot of the problem comes from.
Bad man is important.
No, you think it's human nature. I think you need to literally work on yourself to become a better person in that sense, because I think it's inherent, human nature, we're naturally not nice. So you need to work on yourself, recognize your flaws and work on them for you.
I agree with what Tanina said. It's majority of the time when those situations occur, it's people look at themselves and say, boy, he move on and look at him a big shot and stuff. And it's not because, not majority of the time, the envy comes from the fact that they think that they can't do it. They can't.
Or they feel inferior.
Right, or they feel inferior. So
Mentality.
them trying to hold back that person or bring down that person just because they themselves feeling inferior, right?
Yeah.
And like even the whole thing about path and stuff, like there was a thing when I was in high school, I don't remember which grade, but like certain people like they didn't want to collect their path tickets and stuff because
Yeah.
they're embarrassed. And like one time, like I always understood why they would feel that way, because honestly I feel like if I was in that position I would feel
People
that
make
way.
them feel that way.
And
Yes.
people do make them feel that way,
Yes,
but
they
then
go to violence,
yeah, but then there were these girls who were just like, listen, you're not good, like she never, cause like people know who collect it, you know. So she was just like, you're not gonna collect your lunch ticket. If you don't collect it, me collect it for you, and I'm not afraid. Like it's may get food. Like you shouldn't feel bad because you're getting food, and if you can save up because something, you save up for your lunch money and you get your food, because at the end of the day, you're feeding yourself. You're here for your education,
your
right?
purpose, yeah.
So like when she said that, like I was just like, wow. Like I appreciated the fact that she said that, because I didn't even like think that way about it, and I think that like that just made me have a different perspective on how you should view those things. You get me? So yeah, really, that was like a little character building thing.
Yeah, it's all about perspective and how you view the world.
Alright. Back to classism. I have an example from covert observation.
Ooh.
I realized that heart has always had this stigma for only the lower class set of people who go to heart, which I actually had believed for a while until I'm friends with this what's that, Susef or I don't know the term for it, but and she was expressing to me that we were talking, and she was expressing to me that only if someone from Cubsy versus someone from Heart were to come for her applying for a job, she would basically have preference for the person who studied at Heart over that person who went to Cubsy because of the quality of education that they gave. And also, I think I heard once that Heart's certification is recognized more widely and that of course
Yeah, it's not limited.
Wow.
Yeah. But I'm really glad that you brought up that point, Vijay, because like certain fields like that even like practical skills like
hospitality.
right, hospitality, being a chef, and even down to like technical work, like technician.
Vocational skills,
Yeah,
yeah.
like they really put into their students, and people can really like claim that from them. Like
It's true.
yeah, like, and hotels hire these people. So listen, if you are in high school and you're planning on going to Heart, or if you're planning on going to Heart and you feel like someone might look down on you, listen, at the end of the day, when you're getting your money and you're bringing it home, like that's on you. You did that.
But you're not paying bills for it.
You did that. You did
Pay your
that.
own bills.
So
I
now,
want them
First
to
of
go
all,
course.
I think you should have started that off by telling them to make the best of their opportunity.
I
Yes.
agree.
You can go
We
to
did
Heart
not
and
know.
still waste your time.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wanted to
Yeah,
have,
maybe
I
that's
wanted
Why
to
why
have-
we have the 6 months?
I
I
want
mean,
to have a program
even
where-
though we're here in China going to mid school, you have people that study. When we go back to Jamaica to practice as doctors, you're going to have people in our batch that will be coming from Cuba, coming from UE, and then us coming from China. There's going to be classes in there because
Definitely.
okay, I studied at this place, I am the
education.
who the
Right.
writers and who the donors. And I feel like classism is it's like everywhere in our society, because imagine, all of us go have the MD or the MBBS. We go know the same things, but the place that we studied will play an important role in how people view
I've heard the
Or you get
stories.
work.
Yeah.
I've heard the stories.
even people in Jamaica, my friend, I tell her, she goes to UTech, and then you have some people like, yesterday dentistry at UTech,
Yeah,
studying
yeah.
dentistry
It's so-
at UE, or yesterday law at UTech, cause you remember that thing.
Yeah.
But end of the day, we're all doctors, we're all lawyers, we're all nurses, we're all engineers.
We're all going to die.
Yeah,
Like,
everything. So I feel like just do what you need to do, go where you think is best for you financially and mentally or
yeah,
whatever.
mentally.
I'm glad you brought up that point though, because it's like I don't want you guys like looking at us and saying, "Oh, we're med students. We don't have any idea as to what classism is, or we would be on the upper end." Because at the end of the day, like within, trust me, you would be surprised to know how many like doctors will look down on us studying medicine in China, and even what we go through, like what our financial backgrounds are, or what our parents do, or how hard we had to work, sacrifices that we have to make to even be here and keep studying. And yeah, so don't look at people, guys. The worst thing you can do, and you're actually a part of classism, even if you look at someone and put them on a higher pedestal and judge them, you're a part of the whole stereotypical aspect of it, because you're helping
Feed
that
that
your
notion.
mindset. Yeah, you're feeding that
mentality.
mentality. So I hope you guys really don't look down on us and say that we wouldn't understand. Right.
Vijay raised a point that I want to go back to, and he said make the most of your opportunities, right? And I think I'm a realist, and like me love talk things where like people can relate to. We're not going to sit here and speak from a place of privilege, Let me be real, right? We make the best of your opportunities, meaning and as Tanila said and Anissa said and as Sonia said as well, mentality goes a far way, and that's something that I've learned especially from sixth form, because whoop but like it really opens your mind, especially like being in university in another country. It shows you that your mental state, how you look at things and how you view yourself, it also goes a far way. So though we said that yes, maybe the government can do more and they're doing this, they're doing that, but how we look at things intrinsically and how we go about approaching them also has a big impact on where we end up in society. Because let me tell you something.
Yeah, run.
Second, I look at Cape. If you didn't know me from high school, I always work hard, but the results were what I wanted them to be. And for a while, I said, boy, the best school thing I don't sound attainable. It's the mentality. It goes a far away. So me up look for your girls. You understand? We're all here on the balcony. You understand?
Yeah.
So mentality and making the best of the opportunities that you have, I think, like set you. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, made some things over there.
Everyone hear them.
When you touch the beard, they know I eat.
Alright, definitely, I'm a man of deep meditation.
Project, please.
No, I was just reflecting on how people prejudice on others. No, I don't remember if I said it in this video or before. But
Why are you like this?
yeah, I was saying that I was bringing up my friend. My friend is from a community from.
It's okay.
Yeah.
She knows she meant to say.
So my friend is from a community that is stigmatized as violent and unsafe. I think he came up in the US publications of places to be careful in Jamaica.
My dad is from there too.
So flunkers, yeah, my virgin come from flunkers, right? I was also raised in flunkers, but I moved away. Not many people know that. Now this brother of mine, he went to flunkers primary, and very inspirational virgin to me. And I guess his story will tell you why. He was the only person in his batch to have left the school and gone to a traditional high school. The rest of them went to the schools that people generally view as the low performing school, not only based on stigma, but from overall performance of the school. Of course, there will be exceptional students, not to stigmatize the schools, but it's just reality. And he made it to Cornwall College. That's where we went to high school. And this brother now, he came from a family that was not very financially strong, you know. But yet still I would never hear him make an excuse why he would not excel. All he would say was that I have to make it out at the ghetto.
He always said that.
And of course, we now call out in name, but the college man them from my area definitely.
We know
They
what
talk
we're talking about. Yeah.
You get me? And enough love to the brother. And I'm not gonna lie, this he would inspire me.
Yes.
You get me? Because of course, you know, say me come from Flanker same way, but I had the opportunity to leave from that situation. But yet still, he's still there, and he's still facing the problems that he's facing. But yet still, he's now at UE, you know, doing what course are you doing?
Chemistry?
No, the overall course of UE. The faculty.
Oh, bedside.
Bedside?
He's doing bedside at UE. So yeah, he's running. And that boy, that brother, that man is a role model to me.
Facts.
And also is the great Damian Crawford. You know, love that man. That man. No, I'm not saying not stating my political affiliates. I'm just saying that this man, Damian Crawford, is a real individual. You know what I mean? Because to be true, I've tell the truth. As a poor youth, you barely have an inspiration to the school unless you really have in mind say you want to come out of the garrison. And Damien understands that. And based on the speeches that I see him giving out to people.
But he was something at our graduation.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
He spoke to us at our graduation.
high school.
Understand? Damian Crawford is one of the politicians. I don't know of any other. There might be, but I don't know of any other politician that would really not just talk to the poor people, because you know, so you have to talk to poor people as a politician, but to communicate with, not communicate to, but with the poor people, like letting them understand, say, yo, I know, say, yo, time's hard, and say, sometimes you're not going to eat for breakfast, but yet still, you know, you have to do what you have to do. You have to suffer for now, and do the hard work now, so you can celebrate later. You get me? And this man would always make sure that he lets us know that all his accomplishments doesn't define who he is. It's his personality, and his accomplishments really are something else. You get me?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I love that you raised that, like, from the perspective of a politician.
Yes.
Because what we find, and you know, we study this in Caribbean and so forth. We're not just talk. So, like, what we find, guys, is that realize that we have the stratification, and usually it is these politicians and these people of, you know, of stature who are in, you know, the higher parts of society, and they're the ones who control the means of resources, and them control the purse strings, and you know, you have nepotism and so forth. So when it is that you do have these people who can actually relate to the youths, then they use them, like what Vijay is saying. The little people will look up to them as a source of motivation, because if he did it, somebody from my community, then I can do it too. So I think it brings us back to the point where, as Anissa was saying, even like with communication, how things are disseminated to us, you know, as the public, it needs to feel more as a one-on-one relationship. Because don't you forget, when you needed the vote, you came into my community with the chicken bar, with the food, and the donation and this and that.
And
so don't forget the little people. Because at the end of the day, you know, we are one Jamaica, we are one society. So always try to uplift the people from the bottom up. Be more real with them. You understand? You realize I was a code switch? I speak Southern English a lot. But you know, sometimes you have to try if you relate with the people. You understand? And that way, you know, them will ease better with you and they move better with you. And as a society, that's better overall.
I think they're trying to relate when it's beneficial. You know, like when they're giving their they're dropping a little part just to relate and rile up the people. But apart from that, you're not relatable. And a lot of people, you have a lot of demon. No, you don't have a lot of demon prophets, but you have a lot of people who made it from like the garrison and they elevate,
But they don't claim
and
it.
they don't claim it. They don't talk about it. You don't talk about it.
And
You don't forget where it
not
came
only
from.
that, but some of them talk about it, but they don't uplift other people. Like they don't put in the action to actually uplift you. For example, you have a lot of doctors in America or other places that you know you would call a first world country, and like when them come back to Jamaica or they help. They try to help out and stuff, like that is admirable because not a lot of people like actually they know where they come from and they talk the big speech and they talk, you know, this is where I came from and stuff, but in truth and reality, like you know where you came from, you know how hard it was, so why don't you help a little youngster if it's even like one to just, you know, come up the little ladder, even not even that, but
them,
like
you know?
mentor, like guys, you hear us
mentor.
talking about mental health, like it's something that might sound simple like to you guys know, and it all depends on where you are like in your life, but I'm telling you, being in university, it really causes you to think about like who you are as a person and quarantine life. It causes you to think about who you are as a person and what's your whole purpose and everything like that, and motivates you like why do you keep on going, because sometimes you just feel like what am I doing? So like mental health is important, and it's very important to surround yourself with people that are progressing or want the best for you and are doing the best for themselves, because it will motivate you. It will.
Yeah, you're so. I heard something. I'm sure.
So, on the point of people that have left out of a certain situation and are now somewhere better, I feel like sometimes they often act like I'm above this norm, but I feel like you should try to stay humble. So if I'm down here, I can look at you and say I want to be like you, because even not you, but
Drag up. We now take it up. Talk it up.
I'm nice, okay? But even there's this person in my community, and if you see him walk on the road, you're not going to say he's a big university person, like he's a lawyer. If you see him on the road, you just go be like, yo, you're good, why free? You know the talk, so like, but you get what I mean? He's so cool, and if you don't know him outside of work, you're not going to say he's just so humble and he'll just talk to you and encourage you. But he's so humble, and I feel like when you reach, as people that say, I feel like you should try to remain humble so people can talk to you and even get some inspiration or some pointers where you can say, you went here, how was it? How was your experience? Don't make it feel like you can't come to me, or don't, even if you didn't, I don't want to say if you didn't like it, but you can tell them your experience and say, okay, this is what I think you should do, but this is what I experienced, so if you want to do it, don't make me feel like, okay, you're good there and you don't really want me to go there. You get it? Because sometimes you have people like that, because I think when we were having, I don't remember, it wasn't my graduation ceremony, but we had this ceremony before graduation. I think it's good evening ceremony, they call it. And there was this lady, and I don't remember her name, but I just remember this specific part of her presentation. She's a doctor. She's a past student from my school. And she said, when she told people that I want to be a doctor, a lady said to her, come on, you two, I'm most Dr. Brady, I want to go town. And I was like, oh, and then she said that this person she was actually something big in the community, and probably I don't know if she did nurse or something like that. And then if you look at a child,
yes, man, those things scar you,
a Dr. Bird, you want to go to, but look at her now, she's a whole doctor. what to say to you, or I don't want to say that it's them being jealous that you're going to be higher than them, but stop. I think you should encourage the youth to be great.
And not only that, but if you're watching this and you're like of our age group or even below our age group, like just know that you have a part to play too. It's not only the bigger people, it's not only when you get old you should try and motivate people, because as Vijay just said, his friend motivated him, his classmate motivated him without even knowing that this is the impact that he had left on his life. You get what I mean? So like in all that you do, just try to be a motivation and try to encourage others, because you never know what they're going through and how they actually think of you. You get me? So think about it.
Give us your closing messages.
Alright, closing remarks. I just want everyone to understand, anyone viewing this, any youth, even if you're an adult, once you have life, you have an opportunity. You know? Another life, a life is another chance at life. That's my lifetime motto. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
For me, all I have to say is it's not where you're coming from, it's not your mistakes, it's what you do tomorrow, it's where you're going.
Closing remarks. Beautiful people.
I just want to say, if you're going to study or you're studying or whatever you're doing, do it to the best of your ability. Try to rise above it. Don't let anyone tell you that you cannot, because you definitely can. And just put in your all. If you're a Christian or whatever religion you are, pray for strength. It will be granted, and just keep grinding.
My final words, well, like everyone basically said what they said, and I just want to say, if there is no one that, or in your entire life, if there is no one that looked at you and said, hey, you can do this, you can be the best person that you want to be, whatever you want to be, it is attainable. Well, and he says here to tell you, you can do this. Like whoever you are, wherever you are, no matter how you feel right now, there are hard times and there are good times. Life is a cycle. It's not going to always be hard. You just have to push through, and as Sonia said, pray about it. Keep it like him a listen. He's listening, and you can make it pass. Whatever barriers you feel are in your way, you can make it pass.
And clap for yourself, sis.
Barbro.
Clap for yourself.
Yo, like, you see, everybody we go talk about Province Andrew. I need that interview, sir.
Most honorable of that.
When I started like this semester, I wrote something. I think I found it on Instagram, and it said, "I have nothing to prove, nothing to defend, and nothing to protect." Right? And I think as you relate to society at large, and at the end of the day, you know, we spoke about mentality. You see, once it is that you have this, and it's set on your vision and your goal, you have nothing to prove, nothing to defend, and nothing to protect, right? It's all about you and how you view yourself and really where you want to go into the future, right? Thank you guys so much for listening. I know this was very different from my regular, welcome to my room, welcome to my balcony, but like, you're going to be getting more of this content as we progress with this channel and with this journey, because I want to be as real and as authentic as possible. So thanks to my friends so much for coming. Big up on yourself. Sonia, Ancho man, Talia, and the man of few words but of many reasons. It's a fun, right? So please guys, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Subscribe. We're almost at 300 subscribers and I'm so thankful for the page young. You know, young Bongo? Page young. So I'm really thankful and I'm quite appreciative, right? So guys, let's do our outro. So after 3, 1, 2, 3. Zajan! That's a wrap. Thank you so much.